Lesson 7. My name is Nora Hazika binti Muhammad. My numeric is BF3180241. Now I'm going to explain about introduction. The surface condition is the most important to always in good condition because its impact reliability, operation cost, and recycle dynamic load to produce a pavement that meets the required pavement performance goal. PCI, pavement condition index test, is needed to be done. PCI is a numerical indicator that calculates the surface condition of the pavement is the pavement condition index. In this PCI investigation, along 1 km Jalan University, we split into 10 units of sample. This PCI test carried out by a pavement inspector working or driving on the road and doing a visual survey, and others also can carry out by using automated operators. Cracks are the most prevalent pavement distresses that develop in the pavement road construction.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I Nur Hazrul Aimi Nabila binti Muhammad Zuhairi, matrix number DF21005, will represent about the literature review in this project. In this topic, I will explain about the definition of road or pavement, the pavement condition index, the pavement distress, and the type of pavement distress. The term pavement or road refers to an open, generally public path for vehicle, people, and animals to travel. It contributed to their durability and ability to withstand traffic and the elements. Due to the influence of traffic, particularly large vehicles and environmental variables such as weather and pollution, road pavement deteriorate with time. There is a method called pavement condition index, which is PCI, that utilized to determine the condition of the pavement, to calculate the amount of damaging of the pavement, and to propose the maintenance and rehabilitation, which is we call M&R of the road. In order to assess changes that take place in the road network system, the pavement condition index is typically calculated once a year. The evaluation of pavement material and design, the identification of the need for rapid M&R of roads, the development of a road network, and preventive maintenance strategy and pavement distresses are classified into two different categories. The first is known as functional failure. In this instance, the pavement fails to fulfill its intended purpose without either putting passengers through discomfort or placing a lot of stress on the automobiles. The second refers to a structural failure, involves the disintegration of one or more pavement components to the point where the pavement is no longer able to support the load based on its space. To prevent deterioration brought on by repeated traffic loading and environmental conditions, road pavement need to undergo ongoing maintenance and rehabilitation work. To achieve this, it is acknowledged as a useful measure to implement a systematic process for scheduling M&R works to maximize the benefit to road users and minimize costs to the agency responsible for pavement management. Next, the type of pavement distress. Since distress type can be classified into structural and functional distress, but some of the distress can be put under both categories like potholes, patching, and swell, so the explanation will be a general information. There are 3 types of pavement distress that we found in our road, which is alligator cracking, block cracking, depression, edge cracking, longitudinal and transverse cracking, patching, polished aggregate, pothole rutting, slippage cracking, and also weathering or raveling. That's all from me, and I will pass to the next member.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Hafiz Nur Masharul, numeric DF210013. Today my part is objective and methodology. Okay, in objective, it's divided in 3, which is 1 is to determine the defect and distress on the road that has been studied. Second is to analyze the condition of the road using the pavement condition index (PCI). And third is to determine the best way about the maintenance and rehabilitation method for the road. Okay, for the methodology, first we overview the project given and identify the study area. Okay, for our project, Jalan University Pariraja Batu Pahat Johor was selected to determine the road level of distress. The segment length of the road 1000 meters, the width of the road is 7 meters, and the road also divide into 10 samples with 100 meters length of each sample. This road was selected as the main road for the nearby residents and as the alternative way for the workers to their company. It means that the road will be frequently used and increasing the possibility for the road to damage due to the heavy traffic, especially during peak hour. Google Maps will utilize to find a good route for research that has all the defects required for this project. To estimate the distance of the road on the Google Map, use the digital measuring feature like this figure. Okay. Second, we prepare the apparatus to measuring the defect at the study area. In this part, an odometer wheel was used to measure the length and width of the defect that found in the study area. In addition, it's easy to use and save our time to measure. Measuring tape was also used because it's easy to carry everywhere because we can measure the depth and thickness of the defect. Safety jackets are also used to provide initial information to driver to be alert and drive slowly while measuring work is being carried out. Okay, third, we make and collect the data on the study area. In this part, we measure the defect using the apparatus that has been provided. For the defect like weathering, slippage, depressions, alligator cracking, and edge crack, we record to determine the length, width, depth, diameter, and also area. Keep record of all the data for each type of defect based on the degree of damage, which is low, medium, and high. Other than that, the pothole we collect by quantities along the study area. Okay, last step, we record the data in the pavement conditions index (PCI). In this part, after the data of all 10 samples of the road are collected, analyze, begin to determine the index. Pavement condition index, which is PCI, will be used to record all the data for each sample. In this part, we can determine the total area of defect, density in percentage, and also the deduct value for the defect. After complete the analysis, the maintenance will be recommended for the sample if needed. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amikal Bishar Nizam, entry number DF210005. In this video, I will be presenting about our discussion part. On our side, there are several distresses that has been found during site inspection, and these distresses were located throughout our selected site. And the established distresses found on the site are depression, patching, pothole, cracking, raveling, weathering, and slippage. After we have identified the distresses on site, our group has conducted PCI calculation, and from the calculated PCI index, there are several different conditions from each set. As for example, set 6 and set 9 were classified as satisfactory. This is because for set 6, the value of PCI is 79, and as for set 9, its PCI value is 78. The pavement that was classified as fair condition pavement is on set 3 and set 5. Both pavement gain the value of 56 and 63 respectively for its PCI value. As for set 1, the calculated PCI value is 38, and it means that the pavement for this set is considered as very poor condition. From the inspection on the site, it has been known that the lowest PCI value is at set 2. This is because on this set, the value of PCI is 8, and comparing the PCI value to the standard PCI rating scale, the pavement section is in fail condition. On the other hand, the pavement in set 6 has the highest value of PCI, which is 79. Comparing the value with PCI rating scale, the pavement for set 6 has been classified satisfactory condition. Finally, in order to identify for the overall condition on our selected site, mean PCI value will be calculated. This value can be obtained by summarizing the whole PCI value and dividing it with the number of sets or sample. From the equation, the mean value of PCI are 46.6, and comparing it with the standard PCI rating scale, the selected area was considered as poor condition pavement. So that is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Ilyas bin Muhammad Unwi. So today I'm going to present about the recommendation for road maintenance based on our project which is conducted in Jalan University near the Lotus Shopping Centre. Okay, during our inspection, there are 10 types of distress that we found in the location. For the first one is alligator cracking. For alligator cracking, we have to remove the cracked pavement area and dig out and replace the area of the power subgrade. In the worst case, we have to place an hot mix asphalt overlay over an entire pavement surface. For the second distress is the block cracking. For block cracking, we have to seal the crack, and also we can remove and replace the cracked pavement layer with an overlay if the severity level was too high. The next is depression. Depression can be fixed by digging out the affected pavement and replace the area of the power subgrade. And after that we have the edge cracking. For the edge cracking, we have to seal the crack with the slurry material, and also can do the fork sealing. For joint reflection cracking, it can be done by patching and also make overlay. For the longitudinal cracking, we can seal the crack and also replace it with overlay in its place. Okay, after that we have found patching and pothole. For these two distress, we can fix by applying a structural or non-structural overlay on it. Okay, last but not least, we have slippage and weathering in our site. For the slippage, the afflicted region will be removed and then be replaced. For the weathering, the pavement should be removed and repaired in a low severity, and in high severity we have to replace the damaged pavement with an overlay. Thank you. That's all for recommendation maintenance.
So as conclusion from this project, all of this can be concluded that the PCI is essential to describe the current condition of concrete and asphalt pavement. PCI test is numerical standard utilizing values range from 0, which is fail, and 200, which is excellent. And along 1 km Jalan University, exit 400, White Raja Batu Pahat Johor is chosen as location for this project. The route was divided into 10 samples. There are several pavement failures that have been detected, such as alligator cracking, block cracking, edge cracking, longitudinal cracking, patching, pothole, ravening, and so on. So, from that, M&R, which is maintenance and rehabilitation, should be carried out to keep them in safe and low road maintenance. Should be carried out to keep them in safe road condition and low road maintenance span. So that's all from our group. Thank you.